Okay, friends, now welcome to this new chapter. I want to answer to a very common question that many people ask me about how can I make my characteristics constant? Because if I'm creating a series of images, I need that the character will be always the same. It's possible to think that maybe sometimes the character is recognizable and sometimes not. So on each different picture, the character must remain the same. And this is an important thing that we have to consider. So if I have to answer to this question, I can suggest you two different methods. In this lesson, we will see the first using the seed parameter. And in the last video I will show the second method. So now let's talk about the seed. I created during my exercises, during my lessons, different images using the seed parameter. And I want to show you how this parameter works. Prompt. Okay, a character by Salbushema because I like the effect of his specific type of illustration that is so in the comic book style that I want. Yes, in my prompt I can specify if I want the color of the eyes, the color of the hairs, the eyebrows also. I can choose everything I want, but at this time I want only to create a new character from zero because I want to choose the face I prefer and then later I will create the action. Look at that. Yes, okay. Blonde is blonde. Beautiful is beautiful. Yes, okay. For example, I want to choose the second one. So, what we have to do? I have to upload image number 2. This is the trick. This method sometimes is good, sometimes less. It depends, not always results are the same. This is the reason why I suggest you to use two different methods so you can evaluate what is better for you, for the picture you are going to create. So this is the image. Oh yes, perfect. Right click on the mouse, add reaction envelope. This is really important because in this way Midjourney will create for us a seed number. The seed number is, look at that, seed. The seed number is really important because just with this seed number we have locked this identity. So every time I insert in the prompt the seed number, I will have 70-80% the possibility that the face that I'll see on the final result of the prompt will be like this. But let's see if this will happen again this time. So I can copy this prompt just for this new example. Yes, a blonde girl is driving a futuristic car, character by Salbushema, but also this. I have to copy this seed number. This is important. And now we will see that probably the result will be a blonde girl driving a futuristic car. A blonde girl with this face. Let's hope. Let's see. Yes, and the girl looks like our character. Yes, look at that. Ready? Okay. Let's open this in a browser. This is our reference, and let's open the other pictures. So look, it's quite similar to the original image. Look at that. Blue eyes, blonde, blue eyes, blonde, light eyes here, blue eyes, and this is the first example. And now we can decide to a blonde girl is walking on the woods with the same seed. And let's see what happens now. In this case, this example is a good compromise between the face and all elements around, because in this case I can change totally all the other things inside the frame using a face as similar as possible to the reference image. Look at that, without no limitations. Look at that, the face is quite similar to the second image. Look at this face, blonde, blue eyes. It's similar to this, that is similar to this. The techniques, the drawing techniques is different, but the face remains the same, and most of the times the results are acceptable. I want to try this. A blonde girl is posing inside a luxury elevator. Let's see. The seed remains the same. What has changed is some keywords inside the prompt. So a totally different background, totally different location, totally different dresses. Let's see. Look. It's quite similar. Open in browser. This is the reference. She's quite similar. It's not perfect at 100%, but it's quite similar. Let's try this. A blonde girl is standing in a rooftop. Let's try this last example. Let's see. Yes, okay. No, this is absolutely not. The first, yes. The second, with third and fourth, not. But you can see also here, 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 and here. We have all these images looking similar to our reference image. This is what we can do with the seed number that we used here. So the trick is, once you find an image that you like, you can create all the other picture using the same seed. For example, I can change the color of the hairs. I prefer to do these things twice, so we can evaluate much better the results, and then we will jump to the next example. Let's see. Yes, perfect. I want to choose the first, also the fourth. Let's choose the first. So we do the same we did before. Upload number one. Right click with the mouse, add reaction envelope. Perfect. Seed number. Yes, okay. At this point, we can decide to create our prompt. A beautiful brown girl is walking in the streets of New York. Character by Sal Buscema. Aspect ratio 4:5. And now we can copy the seed number. Let's see. It's obvious also that we can change the name of the illustrator. I choose the same, but we can change every time we want. But it's important to understand that using the seed number, we are trying to get the same facial features of our reference image. In this case, this. Let's open in the browser just to... Okay, let's see. I can think that the results are interesting. Yes. This is our reference image, and this is the model we created. Reference model. The first and the second better than the third and the fourth. Okay, but we can continue changing in this case. Yes. we can change. A beautiful brown girl is fighting. Okay, we have the same facial features also here. Similar. I repeat, it's not identical at 100% due to a limitation of Midjourney for this type of example. Yes, we can open now, but I can think that results are good. Look at that. It's obvious. We will see also how to work with facial expressions, because we can decide the expression of the model. It's important to understand that starting from a reference image, we can get images similar to the reference image we choose. Now, I'm going to change the facial expression, and I want to write laughing at a party. Let's see, using the same seed and using a specific keyword for the facial expression, how the image changes. Look, we have the same facial features. We are looking at a different new expression. Look, she's so serious here. No expression in the first. Yeah, you hear just a little smile, but nothing too much evident here. But now, look at that. She's laughing. Look at that. Yes. She's with different hairs also. But this is the reference image. Now we have the girl that is laughing. So this is interesting to try to experiment what we can do to get the same facial features. So this was the seed parameter. In the next example, we will see a totally different method to do the same thing, and we're going to see the results. We will understand if sometimes it's better to work with the seed parameter, or it's better to work in a totally different way. So let's jump into the next example.